Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today you guys, I'm coming at you with another scary video. So today, loves, we're going to be diving into another paranormal game known as Deadman's Tag. So the point of this game is for you and your friends to summon a demon to play sort of like a game of hide and go seek tag with you, and there is no prize for winning this game. But the consequences for losing are very severe, and if you're caught, then you best hope that your friends can make a deal with the demon to get you back. But before we get into today's video, I have something that I want to talk about regarding the Q&A. So I'm pretty sure you guys saw my channel Infinity video that I said if you guys want me to do a Q&A where I answer your questions, just comment down below. So here's how this Q&A is going to work. You guys have two options. You can either comment down below on this video some questions, or you can head over on my Instagram story where I ask you guys to ask me questions. So my Instagram story will be up the same time this video is. Here's my Instagram, and you guys can comment here and on my Instagram story. You could do both, or you could do one and ask me as many questions as you guys like. So that's how the Q&A is going to work, and once I have the questions, I will do the video for you. So I just want to point that out in case you guys don't want the Q&A. You can either comment questions here or go on my Instagram story. Without further words, let's get into Deadman's Tag. Okay, so again, I found the rules and everything on the website, The Ghost in My Machine. So now let's get into the game. Okay, Deadman's Tag. This game goes by a number of names. Deadman's Tag is the most recent, but you might also find it under the title of Deadman Tag, or simply referred to as How to Play Tag with the Dead. Regardless though, you'll most certainly recognize its form as a classic childhood game, although it has been upped considerably. The game of tag has existed for centuries. We have evidence that dates back to the 2nd century, and as a result of it, there are almost as many versions of it as there are cultures in the world. Deadman's Tag is probably best linked to Manhunt. Played outside and in the dark, it's much as a game of hide and seek as it is a game of tag. The darkness adds a sense of thrill to the activity, as it does the predatory nature of its framework. So when you add an it, which may not be of this world, well, let's just say it doesn't get more thrilling than that. It's also, of course, a lot more dangerous. As always, play at your own risk. Players. At least 3 participants. There are no principals. Requirements. 1 flashlight per participant, 1 timekeeping device per participant, optional but recommended. A playing field. Ideally, the playing field will be outdoors, spread over a large area, and equipped with spaces of features that may be used as hiding places. Instructions. The invitation. Begin shortly before dark on a night with little to no moonlight. An overcast cloudy night or a night on which a new moon falls are ideal. Gather all the participants together with their flashlights and timekeeping devices at the playing field. As a group, decide where home base will be. Home base must be a physical object in an area that you can touch. An easily identifiable rock, tree, or other unique feature is ideal. As a group, decide how long you wish to have to hide once the game has begun. This length of time should be measured in seconds. A number between 10 and 100 is recommended. Wait until night has fully fallen. When it's fully dark, assemble all the participants at home base and face out into the darkness. Choose 1 person to speak the following. We invite you to play a game of tag. Home base is, name your home base. When the game begins, we will have until the count of, name your length of time, to hide. Then you may look for us. Once we have all returned home, the game is done. Then in unison, call out together, you're it. Scatter, run, hide. If using timekeeping devices, refer to them to track how long you have left before it comes looking for you. If not, estimate the passage of time as accurately as possible through the method of your choice. In both cases, use your time wisely. The main event. Your goal is to make it back to home base without getting caught. Do whatever necessary to accomplish this goal. The following pieces of advice may prove useful. You may move around and or change your hiding location as much or as little as you desire. Do not hide or move with any other participants. Your flashlight may be used whenever necessary. However, it's recommended that you use it as sparingly as possible. Nothing makes someone easier to find in the dark than a bright light indicating where they are. If at any point you sense someone else nearby, you may do one of the two things. Remain hiding where you are, or leave your current hiding place and either attempt to find a new one or run directly to home base. Note: whomever or whatever you sense nearby may not be one of the other participants. Above all, whenever hiding, moving, or running for home base, remain as silent as possible. When you see an opening to get to home base, take it. When you return to home base, touch it with your hand and call out the word safe. Note: you must both physically touch home base and call out safe in order for your return home to count. Wait for the other participants to return to home base. Note: before proceeding, confirm that all the participants assembled at home base are the same participants with whom you began the game. If they are not, do not proceed. When all the participants have returned home, face out into the darkness once more. Choose one person to speak the following: "We win, the game is over. Thank you for playing." Go home. But in the future, when you are alone in the dark, be careful. Your opponent might be trying to begin another game with you, whether you want to play or not. Additional notes. The game's difficulty may be scaled or increased by making the following adjustments. Choosing a cemetery as your playing field. Deciding upon a brief length of time with which to hide. Playing without a flashlight. Playing without a timekeeping device. And or playing with just one participant. However, it is not recommended that you play this game with only one participant. See if a participant is caught. Do not attempt to finish the game if the participant gathered at home base at the end are not the same participants with whom you began. Do not assume there is only one it if a participant is caught. Avoid interacting with that participant at all costs. If they have been caught, you'll know. You might be able to strike a bargain to get them back, but be warned, souls don't come cheap. If a participant who has been caught is you, I hope you trust your friends, and I hope they'll have your back when you need it most. And that is it. So this website also has a section where you can ask questions and get answers. And there were 4 questions that were asked. So we're going to read them and then I'll read the reply. Okay. So somebody asked, can I place items to hide in before the game starts? And the response was, I don't see why not. Then another question is, if you're running for home base, is it possible for the spirit to catch you from behind? And they answered, probably. And then the next question is, if there is someone at home base that you didn't play with when you're ready to end the game, are you and your friends just stuck at home base forever? And the response to that was, maybe. It depends though. Are you willing to strike a bargain with the additional player? And the final question is, what do we get from playing this game? I mean, is it just for fun or is there some sort of reward? Then there is no reward, and some people might just play this game for fun. And that is everything that was asked and the responses. Okay, so you guys, I find this game really, really dangerous. So first off, there might be more than one demon or spirit playing with you. Like it said, there might not only be one it. There might be more than one, which is a lot harder. If it's one, I'd say like you kind of have like a better chance of getting to home base. But if it's more than one, then it's a lot harder. Which I used to play hide and go seek tag with my friends all the time when we were younger. Like it was such a fun game. But when you're playing with something that's not alive, I think we all know the problem. Also the fact that if you get caught, your friends need to try to, I'd say, make a deal or a bargain with the demon to get you back. And it even said like souls don't come cheap, and like you don't know what you can give the demon to get you back. So I find this game really dangerous because like we said, you're playing with something that's not alive, and we all know that things that are dead have a lot more power. Also the fact that you're playing in the dark, you're running around in the dark, and also the fact that it's possible, like the question was asked, it's possible for the spirit or the demon to tap you from behind if you're running to home base. And also it depends how far you are from home base. Like you could be hiding in like a totally different part of the like field, and it depends how like far you are from home base. And you also have a specific amount of time. Like, you need to complete the game in this amount of time. And also, it said that to be careful in dark spaces afterwards because your opponent might try to play another game of tag with you whether you want to or not. Which, that's just terrifying. Like, you ended the game, you're done, you won, but in dark spaces, it might try to start another game with you regardless whether you want to or not. So I just find this game really dangerous. Also, I recommend if you are going to play with friends you really do trust, because if one of you gets caught, then you all need to sort of, I'd say, make a bargain or try to find a way to get you back. Like, you need to trust your friends that they're going to find a way to get you back from the demon. But yeah, this game just seems really risky. Also, the fact of, like, I feel playing in the graveyard is just not a good idea at all because you're already playing with a demon. And in the graveyard, you're surrounded by, like, a ton of spirits and ghosts and demons. So just playing in the graveyard, I feel is really bad. Even though it's, like, a really nice, like, field and, like, you have a lot of places to hide, still not recommended. Also, the fact of not playing with a flashlight. I feel that both not playing and playing with a flashlight are both good and bad because, like he said, I'm pretty sure if you guys have played hide and seek in the dark before, I know me and my friends have. We used to play hide and seek in the dark when we went to each other's houses. And we did also use flashlights. It's just the fact that, you know, a light in the dark is easier to find. But also, if you're running around in the dark without a flashlight, it also might be hard because you could trip or something. So I find this game just really, really risky. And I used to love hide and go seek tag when I was young. Like, it was one of my favorite games that me and my friends used to play. So I think that ritual just ruined the game for me. But yeah, honestly, I just feel this game is way too dangerous to play and way too risky because you don't know what kind of power a demon has. Like, I say this with every paranormal game. You don't know what power they have. And, like, okay, at least in this game, we know that we're playing with a spirit or a demon. But it's also the fact that they're probably a lot faster than you are. So unless they've got their eye on some other kind of participant or just looking around, you have, I'd say, about like a couple of seconds to get to home base, touch it, and call out safe. And you have to do both. You have to touch it and call out safe for you to be considered safe. And also, it says if not all the participants that you started with are back, don't proceed. Like, don't continue or finish the game. Also, they said if somebody's caught, you're gonna be able to know. And I feel that striking a bargain or making a deal with the dead is really difficult. Like, they're probably not going to want something small. They're going to want something big, and that's probably the only way you're going to get your friends back, or they're going to get you back if you're the one who ends up getting caught. Also, the fact that it just says be careful in dark spaces. Like, I know if I probably played this game, I would be terrified of dark spaces for the rest of my life because I would not want to start another game of tag with a Deadman, pretty much. I mean, it's called Deadman's Tag, and I wouldn't want to start another game of tag with him, or it in this case. So I would probably be terrified of dark spaces for the rest of my life if I played this game. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I just find this game way too dangerous to attempt. And like I said, you're playing with something that's dead. So I'm pretty much just going to say that you just gotta really be careful. I mean, you can't really predict what's going to happen. And honestly, this game really is tempting fate. Like, when the person asks, you get a prize for this game or not, he said you don't get a prize. It's just one of those games where, like, you want to scare yourself or tempt fate. It's more so kind of like Bloody Mary. So the only difference between Bloody Mary and this game is that Bloody Mary is done in a mirror, in a bathroom, and you just run out after you say her name 3 times in the mirror. But this one, you're actually playing with a demon in an open field, and you have no way to predict if you're going to get caught or not. And you only have, like, 10 to 100 seconds, if I remember correctly him saying. So it's really risky to play with something that's dead because, like we said, you know what they could do. And striking a bargain to get the person back might be very difficult when you're dealing with something that is dead. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Comment down below, let me know your guys' thoughts. And also comment down below some questions. And check out my Instagram where I'm going to ask you guys questions. But until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Love you.